Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Season 6 premiere of Two Shot Tuesday. It's the weekly podcast you can enjoy on your break. Barry Nixon, along with the one and only Jason Riley. Jay, can you believe it? Here we are, 6 seasons of the show. I mean, this is unbelievable.
Well said. Yeah, exactly. 52 episodes per season too. Like we don't do short seasons. We don't take time off for the holidays.
No.
We come at you every single week. We are as steady as a Swiss watch.
There you go. Very well put. Let's begin season 6 with a shot.
Oh, that sounds like a new thing for us. Yeah, absolutely. What a great new idea. What have you got, Barry, for your first shot?
Well, I want to just give a quick shout out because you and I last week were at the Whiskey Global event. Fantastic. The first vendor we met introduced us to this little beauty, Bareface.
Nice.
Notice the slashes on the bottle. I like that.
You got it. You got a bottle. We talked about it on last week's show, and here you are. You have produced a bottle in person, as good as your word.
It was at my local, and the price point was exactly as we were told, $36.
Nice.
Here's to you, Jay. What are you enjoying over on your side?
Well, I was gifted a number of, almost like travel size whiskey bottles. And so there's one I've been sitting on for a while. I have tried it before. It can be an interesting tasting whiskey. It's called Sheepdog. Is peanut butter whiskey. And if you get right in there, it's not 70 proof. It's 70 woof. You get that? Do you get what's happening there with proof? All right, we get it. So I'm going to do... Both of my shots are going to be of Sheepdog peanut butter flavored whiskey.
Okay, here's to shot number 1 and season 6 underway, Jay.
Happy season.
Cheers.
Okay, talk to me, Barry.
That was just as good as it was at Whiskey Global, I have to say.
What notes are you getting from that one?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, notes.
Go deep. Let's get
like
some notes.
The entire London Symphony Orchestra is playing in the back of my throat right now. There's a lot going on. There's a little bit of heat. There's a little bit of sweet. But I am very pleased to say there is zero smoke. Because you know how I feel about that.
Yeah. We didn't spend a lot of time talking about it on the show last week. But yeah, there were some definitely peat-filled whiskey that didn't agree with you so much. And
that's true.
I sort of feel like I stand with you in solidarity, so that when I taste a little bit of that smoky peat, I'm also turned off by it, just by how much you're turned off by it.
Well, I appreciate it. There's something about taking a mouthful of campfire that I just can't get behind. I don't know what it is, but I know there are people out there that absolutely love it, and God bless them. It's just not for me. That's it.
Well, Sheepdog, let me tell you, has got more than just a note. It's got a whole notebook full of peanut butter flavor. So that's what I'm tasting right now. It's a sweet whiskey, and I enjoy it in, I would say, small. It's like a liqueur almost, like in small doses, I think is how I would describe that I would enjoy it. Maybe not always in shot form, but for tonight, both shots from our friends at Sheepdog, 70 Wolf. Barry,
not bad.
Something pretty exciting happened to you this week, and I surprised you've been able to sit this quietly without talking about it. So I'm going to just step back and let you explain it to our listeners and our viewers for season 6.
Yeah, we need a little room to breathe here. As you know, my wife and I, executive producer Linda LeBrun, are workout enthusiasts. You might even say it's more than just a season. It's a lifestyle that we are currently occupying. And Jack Fall has begun. I don't know whether we didn't actually officially kick it off. We had Jack Summer. We're now into Jacked Fall, and, to support further gains as we approach the end of the calendar year, we invested in the top-of-the-line weight bench from our friends at Rogue, and we picked up the Manta Ray,
Manta Ray.
Swimming in the Manta Ray.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The depths, that's where all the gains are, Jay. You got to go deep. And I'm telling you right now, this thing is a beast. It's absolutely so solidly put together. It weighs 140 pounds. Thankfully,
right
there's
a workout. Getting it to into your unit is a workout right there.
Absolutely. And my trainer, Andre, was kind enough to show up early. We planned this. We couldn't have planned it any better. We pushed our Monday workout to Thursday, and that was the delivery date. It came from the States in Columbus, Ohio. I followed it every step of the way. In fact, one night I probably texted you and said, Jay, it's in Kitchener. It's like 2 a.m. You're like, I don't care. This is not what I need right now. But I shared it anyway because I was just that excited. So Andre came. He brought some tools. We put it together. He put it together. And then immediately afterwards, we got a session using it. And I'm telling you right now, you've used other benches, and there are other benches that are not as pricey as the Manta Ray, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and I'm just going to say this, if you have the means, as they say in Ferris Bueller, I highly recommend you picking one of these up. If you are serious about, if you work out with intent, if there's something behind what you're doing, this is going to help you get to the next level. It is incredibly smooth to operate. There's no like having to yank things or pull things. Like everything just moves beautifully and smooth. There's like 3 or 4 different seat positions for like the main, like what you sit on, that seat.
Sure.
But then the back pad has a whole bunch of different angles.
Up and down, I bet, right? There's incline and decline.
And decline. Exactly right. And you can do a full decline.
Nice.
We also decided to get the add-on foot catch, which enables you to then do abdominal work at various angles. It's insanely cool. And like I said, I cannot stress, there's no wobble at all. This thing it's like built like a tank, literally. You sit on this thing, you lean back, you're not going anywhere. And the pad is very grippy. So you feel secure, even if you have to kind of like move a little when you're getting in position to lift. You know, you want to get your shoulder blades tucked in behind. You feel secure the entire time. It is grippy as hell, and I just can't say enough good things about it. We went with the orange colorway, which is another cool thing. There's like 12 different colorways you can select with Rogue.
12? Wow.
12 different ones, yeah.
Wow.
And
that
it has
made
like
to order.
And the wheels are silent. You know how sometimes things can sort of squeak when you're moving them around? These are silent. This is like a Tesla. It's like an electric car. You can't even hear it.
You. Yeah, it's coming at you in the water. It's a manta ray searching for its prey. It needs to live up to its name, and I'm glad that it does. I do have a question, because when I bought my adjustable bench a few years ago, it's not that. I'm trying to think what the name of it is. I'm trying to glance at it. So the Rogue Manta Ray, the thing that always irked me, and I spent a lot of time looking, and I know you did too, so I know the answer to this. You want to make sure when you've got that, whatever the height is the position, that seat is snug against it so there's no gap. Because when you lean back, I find it's almost like your back is in the gap. And so you don't want gap, and I bet you have 0 gap.
It's pretty close to 0. It's like less than 1 inch.
That's
and you cannot feel it when it's, when you get it all the way, sitting up, like if you're doing Arnold presses or supported shoulder presses, you don't feel anything. And I agree with you. That's a very annoying thing about a lot of benches is that gap, especially when you're lying down. You can feel it, and it kind of throws you off a little bit. It also adds to it also provides a bit of wobble because you're not all that stable if you have a gap that's too large.
True. Yes.
Anyway, what can I say? Rogue, if you're going to, invest in some home gym equipment, Rogue is the best. I did a lot of research. This particular bench is their top of the line. It is expensive, but I'm telling you right now, it will be the last bench that you're ever going to purchase. It's certainly the last one we will ever buy. It's incredible.
I know
you can store it upright. It has pads. You can store it upright, and the pads do not damage your floor. They thought of everything. There's nothing that you need to do here.
Is that your choice of storage, upright or as it comes laid down? What's your preferred?
It's laid down because when Linda's working on her Zoom calls, she doesn't necessarily want to see a bench in her background.
Right.
But if it were me, I would absolutely have it. In fact, maybe in a future show, you will see it displayed that way. But I'm telling you, it's very easy to maneuver, even though it is 140 pounds, because the handle is welded into the front. So it's very simple. And all the weight is in the back. So when you lift it up, you're not straining. You lift it.
That's important.
Yeah. And the higher it is, obviously, the easier it is to maneuver.
It works with you.
I can't say enough good things.
It's like a workout companion.
It is.
I know you're not set up for this. I know you weren't planning for this, but is there any way that if you were to shimmy out of the shot for a minute like you did,
I don't think you can really see it from here.
Can you see
I can show you the
portion
foot
of it?
catch.
I would love to see the foot catch. And I think all of our audience would love to see the foot catch.
Okay, let me show you the foot catch.
It's like a tease. Barry Nixon, ladies and gentlemen, getting the foot catch to his new Manta Ray bench from Rogue. Look at that thing. That is a beautiful foot catch. That's for all your feet needs. Scooping up, plugs in, snaps right in there. That's a foot catch. That's what you're going to want. That's what you're going to have available at Rogue. Shop now. You can put in your credit card. We will take 3 easy pay. Oh, no, wait. We're not the Home Shopping Network at all. That was an incredible foot catch. I could see our ratings going through the roof as we were doing it, and we pre-record, so that's something.
It really is. Everything made in the USA, that's the other cool thing about Rogue. This is not anything manufactured overseas. This is made with American know-how. Okay. And one thing they know is weight benches. I'm telling you right now, an amazing use of money, and I can't wait for more gains to now be unleashed. And
I'll take your word for it. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. And if I may, raise
Yes.
a glass in your honor and in the
Thank you,
honor of
Jay.
your Manta Ray. I assume you're going with the bear face?
I'm sticking with the bear face,
Yeah.
100%.
And I got the sheepdog, both animals in this case for our
Oh,
shots. That's a theme for this
it re-
episode.
sure is. Cheers, Jay.
Cheers. Ooh, notes. Notes everywhere.
Yeah.
That was like
That
a
one's,
caramel for me. A bit of a
you don't like
caramel.
caramel, do you?
I don't mind it, but I'm not when I'm expecting peanut butter whiskey. But that's fine. It is, as I said, more of a liqueur. Tell me what note you were getting there, because that
Well,
was something.
yeah, you know how I usually like to have a frozen shot glass? Well, now that one kind of warmed up a touch. So
Yeah.
it was a little warmer going down, but not in an offensive way at all. It was just nice, but it was a touch warmer. So that gives you a little bit more heat, a little bit more sweet. Basically everything you want and nothing you don't.
All right.
Bare
Barry,
face. I'm all over it.
You brought something into the newsroom to kick off season 6. That was your Manta Ray bench. Can I talk about something that came into the mini mansion recently that I'm pretty excited about? And I'm going to do a little bit of a setup on this one because one of my favorite, you know all of my favorite comic book artists. You could probably name them all because we're that close.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a name. You a name. It will
Thank
surprise nobody who is a comic book fan, because this person is not, he's not somebody I haven't, I've just discovered. It's somebody that's an icon in the comic book industry. His name is Jim Lee, probably one of the most popular commercial artists. He broke out in the 80s. I got his start on the Punisher War Journal, Alpha Flight, some other books before that. Really came into his own on X-Men. In fact, as your eyes glaze over, the X-Men cartoon show of the 90s. You're familiar with that? At least sort of? Okay, they're based on his design. That's just how popular he was. Went off, started Image Comics with a bunch of other Image founders, then went to DC, and he is now the publisher at DC Comics. So he's very successful on the in the kind of the boardroom, side of it as well. 2002. Do you have any questions before we?
Is he still drawing, or is he just leading DC?
Yeah. No, he's leading DC and he draws. I think DC hangs on to him because they know they've got a bankable star.
Yeah.
Getting a little, he's getting older, obviously. He started in the 80s, and I would say his newer artwork is a little looser. Comic book artists are kind of like sports, players in that regard. You kind of have your peak, and then you kind of come down. You think maybe practice gets better and better and better.
Yeah.
I just think as you get more seasoned, you want your style to change. Maybe you just become a little looser and stuff. You don't put as much detail in. It becomes harder to see, drawing consistently for hours on end can impact you.
Are they still hand drawing these comics though, even in today?
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of artists also now draw on iPads or on a tool called the Cintiq, which it does a digital drawing, but they'll still use Maple pencils and things like that to draw.
Okay.
Jim Lee, for as far as I know, still uses regular paper to draw on. Anyway, He came out in 2002. One of his first works at DC Comics was a run on Batman, and it was called Hush. And this was a 12-issue run, really great series that they put together. In fact, the reason it's talked about now is because he's just come out with Hush 2. So this is what's happening right now, Hush 2. Now, why they didn't make the 2 the backwards S, I don't know why they put the 2 over the U. As a marketing guy, I say that's probably a bit of a fail. They could have worked that logo a little better. I purchased the original run of Hush as 12 issues in 2002, 2003. 10 years later, I repurchased it as Hush Unwrapped, which is a version of it with no colors. So just pencils. So you get pure, unfiltered artwork from him, which is kind of neat. Yeah. And then what just came to the mini mansion, Barry, I'll show you so we've got the Unwrapped. Look at this baby.
Wow.
That's your Hush Absolute Edition. A gigantic Absolute Edition featuring all of the eye-popping artwork in a slipcase, by the way.
I love the slipcase.
Slipcase. Look at that thing. Look at those.
Wow.
Look at Catwoman. Does she ever look better? He always draws very sexy ladies, very attractive men. He knows exactly what you're looking for when you're looking for stuff. So we got Batman. We got all kinds of things. Anyway, I'm very excited. This arrived. It's almost 25 years old, this storyline. Really cool. Happy to have any Jim Lee art that is, it's just something that I enjoy. Kind of takes me back to where I was when I was first buying it in the early 2000s. So Batman Hush Absolute Edition. by Jim Lee, written by Jeff Loeb, a very popular writer, particularly at that time. He went on to lead Marvel Television, so he led a lot of the Netflix series, the Daredevil series that came out in the kind of 2010s. So Barry, that's what I wanted to tell you about. That came to the Mini Mansion. I'm very excited for all of our listeners and viewers that are interested in comics.
Yeah.
You might want to pick up Hush in Absolute Edition, and you can bet that even though I'm not going to collect all of Hush 2, I just bought the first couple issues in single issue format. I will be buying the Absolute Edition when that comes out, probably next year.
And what's the retail on the Absolute Edition, just for our viewers? If they
I did a pre-order on Amazon, and I got it for, I'm going to say it was about $120. So it probably sells for about $150. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but I did a pre-order. So I purchased it back in February. So, you buy it a long time ago. It's kind of like it's free.
February.
You forget. Yeah. Wow. And then it's a pre-order.
Yeah. But damn, that's a pretty long window for a pre-order. I like that.
They announce comics.
You got on it quick.
Yeah, pretty early they'll announce comics because they've got to go to a print run. So they want to, I think, get a gauge of what the orders are going to be like before they do their print run of it and commit to papers.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I did that and it arrived just about a week ago.
And how far are you into it?
I haven't started it yet. I'm still reading some other books. I'm reading a Spawn that I've got around that size. I think I may have shown that on the show before. The Spawn Origins Deluxe issue. I'm on volume number 6. So it takes me a while to get through these. As you know, I like to savor these types of things. But that's what I got.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Any other questions about Jim Lee? Would you like to borrow some of these issues maybe at some point? I know you're not much of a reader.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not much of a reader, and that's okay. You can read for the both of us, Jay.
Okay, great.
I believe that you will do that, and thank you for sharing that with everybody. That's pretty cool.
I'm happy to. We got plenty more coming up of our favorite things this coming season. In season 6, we got lots of exciting things around the corner. We've got movie reviews. We've got everything you've come to expect from Two Shot Tuesday. We've got a format. And I think our listeners and our viewers, whether this is your 6th season with us, whether you're just joining us for the first time, I think you'll find something that you enjoy.
Yeah, and we do appreciate you being with us each and every week. And Jay, you're absolutely right. I can tease it because we have the tickets already. Predator Badlands. We will be welcoming back our movie guy, Rob Peets, to discuss that.
Yep.
In a future episode.
Yeah, so if you're on the fence about that one, check out this review and you'll be able to make up your decision. Barry, as always, a wonderful night having a conversation with you, shooting the breeze, and
you as well,
happy
Jay.
happy to share it with our listeners and our viewers. We'll see you next week on another exciting week of Two Shot Tuesday.
See you then, Jay.
Thank you for listening to Two Shot Tuesday. The show is produced by Barry and I and edited by me. If you have yet to rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts, please take a second to do so now. It helps us grow, and it helps new audiences to find the show. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Two Shot Tuesday, and on Twitter at Two Shot Tuesday Podcast. Stop by, give us a follow, leave us a comment, and share your favorite episodes. If you have a question you'd like featured on the show, you can send us a text at 647-486-4848. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.